Let's throw some jabs.
The fight starts now!
Well, Sergio, less than 2 months before Anthony Joshua is slated to face Alexander Usyk in a huge heavyweight title rematch, Joshua reportedly has a new trainer. According to ESPN, Joshua will work with Robert Garcia, the Southern California-based trainer, for this fight with Usyk. Sergio, just 7 weeks to go before this showdown with Usyk. Is Robert Garcia the right man for Anthony Joshua?
Look, I don't like champions and former champions leaving their day one, the guy that got them there. But if you are going to leave your day one trainer, then Robert Garcia is the way to go. Robert Garcia is a world-class trainer, and I think the world of him. And I think, bringing a little Mexican style in the British former champion is exactly what Anthony Joshua needs, especially after he looked so lost in that first fight with Alexander Usyk. So I think he has nothing to lose here anymore, Mannix. If he can come down and fight and build a relationship. I'm not going to say trust, because 7 weeks is not enough to build trust, but build some kind of a relationship, build a game plan with a world-class trainer like Robert Garcia. Bang down to the body, get physical, get aggressive, fight like a big man. They can do that in 7 weeks. I mean, it's going to be tough to squeeze all that in there, but I think it's just enough time to get a right strategy down at least.
I defer to you on if it's enough time. It sure doesn't feel like enough time to me. I mean, he was training with Rob McCracken for his entire career. Then we hear a couple of months ago that he's going to elevate one of his assistants to that top position. That assistant was someone who had been schooled in the Cuban background of fighting. Now he's pivoting to Robert Garcia, who, like you said, is probably going to take a more offensive-oriented approach for this fight. It just seems like there's some confusion within Team Joshua. Like, I have no problem with Robert Garcia, one of the best trainers in all of boxing. But why wasn't he chosen months ago? The Joshua Usyk fight happened late last year. We're in the middle of 2022, and Anthony Joshua is just changing his voice in the corner. To me, it just feels like a little too much chaos going into a fight against Usyk, who is as, consistent as they come. His training staff, his approach, everything. Alexander Usyk has been the same fighter for the entirety of his career. I'm a little concerned that Joshua's going to go in there and there's not going to be the same level of focus that he needs for this fight.
You said chaos, you said you're concerned, and there's a little, scent of desperation maybe in the air as well. Maybe this is the last string. This is the last hope, the last chance for Anthony Joshua to do something great. And whenever you don't have too many options, whenever you run out of options, then it really doesn't matter who's in your corner. It's going to be all you. It's all on your shoulders. And this is what AJ wanted. If he decided to have 7 weeks with Robert Garcia, then that's what he did. That's what the man wants. That's what he needed. That's what he's going to do. So, hey, look, it's all on AJ's shoulders. Robert Garcia, it's not enough time for him to completely reinvent the former heavyweight champion. He can bring in some tools. He can bring in a game plan, but you're not going to see major differences in Joshua. He needs more than 7 weeks. It's going to be up to Joshua to actually bear down and bring out something great in him.
And AJ's talked about being more physical in this fight, of asserting his size, and that's all correct. Like, that's the right strategy. But you can't be just a bull in a china shop against Alexander Usyk. He's too good. He's a former gold medalist. He's won all the belts at cruiserweight before taking 3 of them off Joshua at heavyweight. He's going to be prepared for that strategy. He's going to know Joshua's going to come in there and try to get big with him, and you're going to have a plan B and a plan C against a guy like that. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that, if you're going to hire Robert Garcia, you should have done it in March or April. You should not have been doing it in almost early June.
And look, let's not just say that Robert Garcia is all offensive. I mean, he's more of a cerebral offensive fighter. He can fight behind the jab. He can train boxers. I mean, he trained Hector Tanahara. Tanahara wasn't a puncher. So he does have fighters in his stable that actually box and use their feet and move around. But then he also has them young bulls that can go out for the kill as well. I think a little bit of both is what Joshua needs, and he's going to find and he's going to get with Garcia. But 7 weeks, I can tell you right now, that's not enough time for him to build trust, to build a solid relationship where they trust each other. When the going gets tough, Joshua's going to resort to what he is. That's just going to be a fact. That's where he needs the trust. And that's where Garcia needs to know, can he bring this out of him in the later rounds? Does Joshua have that dog in him? He doesn't know. He needs to see that in the gym, in sparring sessions, when he's tired and fatigued, and tell him, no, one more round. See how he fights in those dog rounds. I don't think Garcia is going to get that in seven weeks, but that's why we're having this conversation.
What was your training camp for the Forrest rematch? Like 45 minutes?
5.5 weeks, and that's why I lost my title, Mannix. Not enough time.